I was kind of like indecisive about if I wanted to leave school or not, because it was like I wanted to leave because I did enjoy school, but I don't know, I was kind of feeling like it wasn't really for me as much. Like, I don't know, I just felt like I would be like happier if I left school and would kind of get on better with it. But it was more like, I think it was more the fear of leaving school and then like not enjoying it, or feeling like I was just kind of like throwing it all away in a bit. I think at first, like, when we kind of met each other, it was just a wee bit like quiet, a wee bit like, oh, we didn't really know what to say. And then it was just like, I think we had walked around at first, just kind of walking about the school and just explaining like what was what part. I think it just kind of started talking about music, and it was just kind of like what bands we liked and stuff. And then after that, it was like simple. It was quite, because obviously we met firstly on the video call and started talking away about music and stuff, so I quite enjoyed that we did that. So when we met in person, we could just talk like from there, kind of thing.
I think you've always been really chatty, so it's been really good, like immediately, like because we were not primed, we were given resources to be able to, things to try and initiate conversation and get to know your mentee. So I think I feel really fortunate that straight away we've been able to chat.
I feel like it would have been more awkward if like we didn't know how to do like, oh, what do you want to have an interest with?
Yeah.
She could have been like met and been like, oh, well, actually like completely different interests. I feel like that would have probably been harder to bond off of.
Right at the start of this year, you were one of the older pupils, like prefects, looking after a group of first years, and like you probably don't recognise it, but like even when you walk around the school, everyone knows you. You know loads of folk, and everyone's saying hello, and you seem quite confident about that. Or I think that's quite. It was really lovely to see as a mentor, like your mentee, kind of like you seem quite confident and stuff. A lot about listening, about the non-judgmental, and also it's like another friend, really. And being in a relationship where they're not like you're not working with them. You're not I'm not teaching them how to get dance or aerial, you know. So I'm not kind of coming in that thing, and also that they're not family. You know, I'm just another adult in their life. So it's quite good. You can, like, for me, it's like another friendship, and just what you gain from that, like. Told me about that, you know, there's a lot of things I'm like, oh, I didn't know about that, or that, you know, like music or art or bands or films, Netflix
series. Yeah, we talk about Netflix shows and stuff, recommending and stuff.
Even like how to set your alarm on your sleep thing on your phone.
Thing,
So different things like that. But it's just a really positive experience about just being there for someone, but obviously like also I'm gaining a lot from it as well.
I kind of like it because it's like I do it in my free period, so I just like it. It's different because obviously it's not your friend that you're talking to, because I feel like if you speak to your friend, sometimes you can tell them something and they'll be like, well, they're not as much like horrible, but they can be like, oh, like judge you a wee bit more, like you'll feel like a wee bit more judged, or you're like, oh, I didn't want to say that in case they laugh, or like if you're no unsure about something, they might like laugh and they might be like, oh, like that's stupid or something like that. And the fact that it's not a teacher as well, because I don't know, because like you always feel like you're limited to tell teachers like certain stuff without like them being like, oh well, like this is my opinion, stuff like that. I just like the fact that it's like it's no like one of your pals out in the street or something, or a teacher in school. It's just like you can kind of, I don't know, just have a bond off of stuff that you've got like in common as well.
It's just been a really positive experience. It's a brilliant, it's really easy, you're really supported by all the staff at MCR Pathways, and you've got loads of lots of resources, and just I think it's good to be involved, and it keeps you really present in young people as well. It's just your time that you're given, really, and yeah, I think it's such a well supported, well thought of scheme that if you've got an hour a week that you can give, and then it's just within school hours. So yeah, it's not a big time commitment, but it's a huge impact it can make in your life and to someone else's life as well.
Yeah.